stories that I thought were interesting. So Microsoft has had a bug bounty program for 10 years now, and they've handed out $60 million. And now they're having a Defender bounty program. So they will find security flaws in their endpoint protection product. So that might be a good thing. Obviously, Microsoft enjoys their bug bounty program, or they would have canceled it if they weren't still doing it. Let's see if anybody dig through the stupid ads. So there's a game in China where you install a geographic locator on your phone, and then people chase each other. Some of them are cats and some are mice, and they're trying to stay alive for a certain amount of time and hide from the people that are tracking them down through a park. So, sounds like fun. I want to add post-quantum cryptography to my cryptography class, and I went and searched to see if I could find some sensible code, and here's a pretty good one I found. For Crystal's Kyber, which is the key exchange method, and they have just a few small bits of Python is all you need to do it, and it is learning with errors. I'm glad to see that. Crystal's Kyber is learning with errors, which is something I studied before, which is pretty easy to understand. You add random noise to the encrypted stuff, and then when you decrypt it, you quantize it. Everything that's below a certain value is interpreted as 0, and above a certain value is interpreted as 1. But that random noise is part of why this is a hard problem, and you can't solve it even with a quantum computer without the key. So I may be able to develop a hands-on project of post-quantum cryptography from that, and I want to start making more and more of them, of course. We should all be gradually switching to this new form of cryptography. Let's see if there's any way to get this garbage off the screen. Yes, I was surprised by this. ByteDance makes TikTok. And I had no idea that they are Linux experts, but apparently they are. Oh, it's not this one. It's one of these other ones. It's ByteDance improving TikTok. Yeah, this one. ByteDance is presumably tuning the Linux kernel. I know there are some environment variables or some system variables you can configure in Linux that affect the performance. But anyway, ByteDance is apparently making an AI engine to automatically do that. So that's interesting. Your hardcore Linux experts may be able to get some benefit from this. Let me see if I can get it. All right. Anyway. This was a pig butchering operation. Busted. The people were caught. Pig butchering is the current social engineering scam where they call someone and establish a romance with them, and then they convince them to invest in crypto, and then they steal their money. This is they've caught some members of one of the gangs that does that, and let's see if there's anybody. These guys claim they have discovered the root cause of Parkinson's disease, which is a common problem. My father had it, one of my friends had it, another one of my friends has it. A lot of people get it. And I've heard the general explanation has been you get it from exposure to agricultural chemicals. So I would be at high risk growing up in farm country. Anyway, they claim the primary cause is something wrong with the mitochondria, damaged mitochondria in the cells. So there's no immediate, it doesn't immediately cause a treatment, but it does suggest, if they could only find out what the cause is, then they could start planning treatments. For things like Alzheimer's, they're still pretty much shooting in the dark. They don't even really understand the disease. So it's really hard to make any good treatment or cure until you understand what you're trying to accomplish. And so Cruise, about a month ago, killed somebody in San Francisco with one of their robot taxis, and shortly thereafter their license to run these cars in the entire state of California was suspended, and now the CEO has resigned. So it's real bad times for Cruise. This is a company collapsing for cause. I mean, they had something wrong with the product, and now they're suffering greatly, whereas OpenAI is just a company committing suicide for no reason at all. They were at the top of the world, growing fast, everybody loved them, and the board decided to just murder the company over some demented religious argument. So it's interesting. But Cruise, you can understand why they're in trouble.
The Cruise, actually, they have hiring a lot of people, and they do it for each car, they have 1.5 people just look at the, you know, on employment. So they end up have to look at the car, you know, to control it a lot of times.
So if they had that many people looking over the car, I wonder why they let that car do the wrong thing and kill somebody.
So I think people are thinking that the software is not that automated, and the C, you know, that was a problem.
Something about it being automated?
The software is not that automated.
Well, it apparently is too automated. I mean, it does stupid things. If there's not a human in control, it would have done a better job. And that's it. So anyway, and the neo-Nazis are on the march in Madison, Wisconsin now. We got more and more of them, of course. The Nazis are rising in America like crazy, greatly promoted by Donald Trump and Elon Musk. So they know who their friends are, and they know that there's more and more of American like that. Trump is repeating Nazi phrases in almost all of his speeches now, making it extremely clear that he represents essentially the Nazi party and that he might win, just like they did in Germany. There's some comment on Twitch. A question about CCDC. How big is the group going to be? I don't know. Can anyone join? Anyone can join for the Invitational, which is the event in a week and a half, and there's no limit on that. The real contest at which you win prizes happens in a month or two, and there they have a bunch of irritating rules and stuff. But I highly recommend everybody signing up and coming to the Invitational. There's a form at the top of my homepage, samsclass.info. Anybody that wants to come, it'll be a week from Saturday in this room here, face to face, and it's very good for you. What's that?
Is the building going to open at all?
No, the building will be officially shut. I will sneak in and prop the chair open, prop the door open with the chair. That's what I always do. No, the building is officially shut on Saturdays. They like to do this, but there are events that happen on Saturdays, so I just sneak in. Good. A good question.
What time is that meeting?
I don't know. I think about 9 a.m., but I'll have details soon. I don't have the details yet. All right. Well, that's enough news, I think. Let me stop that.